Okay, put that in here. There we go. Get that a little straighter. Put this on the end of here. Where's my putter on the end of here tool? Hello, Ms. Marilyn. I'm doing okay. Trying to fix a pen or two if I can. Oh, fuck. Oh, God bless. How did this happen? Ugh. Fuck. God damn it. Only way to get shellac, put it in this damn thing and it won't come out. Can't open it anymore. Run it under warm water. I don't think that's going to work. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck. Hate when that happens. Be right back. Don't go away. Tina, move. I want to fix at least one pen. See if this will do it. Late day? What do you mean late day? Late in the day? That one. Let's try this one. This is a Moore pen. Texted with Rob Morrison today, and he's one of the few people on this planet that seems to collect passionately Moore fountain pens. And I thought, well, why don't I talk to him about collecting Moores, because maybe he can explain to me why they're so nice. Come on. Get out of there. One of the weird things about Moores is they have a weird spot for their lever. The pin for the lever is way forward, and So the sack has to sort of go underneath the pin. It's only you're dried up already. I just sprayed some spray shellac on this thing, which I have to do again. Be right back. Maybe what I'll do is get a little dish like this. Spray a little blob of shellac. Be right back. Anyway, Rob Morrison really loves. Where did it go? Parts I need. Rob Morrison really loves more fountain pens, so I thought I'd have him be the expert, or the connoisseur, the connoisseur, and sort of explain to me and to you, audience members, what it is he likes so much. And part of what he likes about these so much is the very long section, and he likes how the nib sort of aims down rather than straight out. And I refer to that, or I mentioned to him that I refer to that as sort of the Concorde, supersonic Concorde sort of shape. Yes, this is the kidney tray. So I've got this one working now. This one has a home soon. I know someone who wants that, so I'm going to go right in there. This one. This is a English swan. Ta-da. And this one will go right in here in my fixed pen tray. In fact, I'll put this one there too. I'll remember where it is. Is there anything else I can do? Anything else I can fix while I'm here? How about a Conklin crescent? Does this have? One of these didn't have a iridium on it. I don't think this has iridium. Oops. Look at that nice nib. Boinga boinga. Kind of sort of boinga boinga. So there's our little crescent, which is put into this thing. Where's my tweezers when I want them? Come on, just had them. Okay, so that's in place. Little sack in here. Does anyone want to join me tonight, today? There we go. That goes here. That goes here. This gets cut. I need to get a scissors that cuts through these sacks straight. Better than I've got. Hello, Todd. Marilyn wants to join, and maybe Todd wants to join. We'll have a little threesome going on here. A little menage a trois. So here, this one is ready to go. Ms. Marilyn, add to stage.
Well, hello.
Wow.
How are you? Oh, you can't see my face.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't need to. We're aiming it down toward what the interesting part is. Not to say that your face isn't interesting, Miss Marilyn, but people are here to look. People are here to look at the pens, not the faces, right?
I guess so. So, I don't know if you would appreciate these, but I have recently kind of fallen down the rabbit hole of Pilot friction pens.
Pilot
Do you
what?
know Pilot friction pens?
Oh, I don't know those at all.
Okay, good.
So you'll teach
these
an
are
old dog trick?
These are ballpoint pens.
Yeah.
But they have a very unique property to them.
Okay. You're writing show. There you go.
So there we are. So if you make a mistake, all you have to do is provide a little friction.
Okay.
And it erases it.
It erases it, so it's erasable ballpoint pen.
Yeah. They also come in marker. This is a fine point.
Okay.
This is kind of like a fine liner.
Yeah. Can we give one of those to Donald Trump and then we can go sneak in and break his signature?
Yeah.
Every fucking thing he does.
Exactly. Have you seen what he uses to sign his things with?
He uses a big Sharpie, I suspect.
Yep, he does. He uses a Sharpie. Unbelievable. Well, anyway, I thought you might find interesting these because if you were to go drawing for or painting for some reason and you wanted to undo the line work,
Uh-huh.
you could just use a hair dryer and undo all of the lines.
So it's heat, not so
Yep.
much friction.
Right.
Okay.
Pretty cool, huh?
You know, I saw someone took a picture of me at a party the other day, and they used a camera that prints the image on the paper that you get at the cash register at a
Thermal
store.
printer. Yeah.
Thermal printer. And
Yeah.
the quality was really, really good, I thought.
It's very good. Like the technology these days is gonna blow everyone out of the water. Watch out.
Yeah, watch out indeed. I'm gonna try to find a thing of water for this. I'll be right back. 'Cause
Okay.
and I'm already look at me. Look at me. I'm already messy.
I know all about it.
You do, huh?
I was just inking pens today, or getting ready to ink pens today. Oh my god.
I find what I want because I don't have what I want.
Clearly.
There's a little thing of water where I can easily get in with my fingers and take this out. So let me just throw that in there. Set this aside. Just over here. Hopefully I'll remember what I'm doing.
So how have you been? How are the children?
How are the children? Oh, the children are fine.
Good.
I'm doing okay. I went, as you know, to the Philly Pen Show, and
Did you have fun?
I did. I managed to buy enough pens to make me smile,
That's good.
even though I spent more money than I needed to or wanted to, but I did it anyway.
I was gonna say you spent a lot of money. Oof,
Oh, you saw the pens I bought?
I did. Wow. That's a lot of money.
Well, I must say that most of them are meant to be fixed up and sold
Yeah.
to other people. And, you know, I was looking at pen prices that other people were selling, and I realized I have to raise my prices. You know, I'm still
Yeah.
sort of back in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
And okay, Todd, we're adding Todd.
Hi, Todd. How are you? Can you hear us?
Hi there.
So,
Hi there.
How you been? How you been?
This is funny. I can hear you fine.
Good.
Long time no see or hear.
I know. Where you been?
Where have I been?
Last time I think I saw you was in December. That was like a whole year ago.
I do.
well, I haven't been doing this live stuff for a long, long time because
I know you've been busy.
well, it was expensive, you know.
Yeah.
But if I don't broadcast more than 100 hours a month or something, then it's free. But it's easy to broadcast 100 hours a month when you're having fun. So
Yeah.
the idea of cutting it off cold turkey was kind of what I was planning on doing, but then I ended up missing all of you guys,
Aw.
and
Well, we missed you too.
I thought maybe and I tried to do it using just the YouTube broadcasting service
Yeah.
that they allow, but they don't allow you to set it up right. They
Yeah,
expect
it's very complicated. I don't know
everyone
why.
is going to be looking at you on a vertical screen on your phone, and
Mm-hmm.
only have one other person maybe, and then of course I can't see what people are typing if they're typing anything. So
Yeah,
I'll go back to
stupid.
this, and I did try another streaming service, but that was really complicated too. So I thought, well, I'll just go back to what I know, and
I've got
what
a
I'll,
I've got
what I
a
would-
nightmarish echo here, and it's just not going away.
and you're
Put headphones
watching.
on.
You're watching using just Safari, or you still have? Oh, I wonder if he still has YouTube on, because that's where the echo comes in, I think.
Yeah, if you just use the StreamYard app and mute the YouTube channel tab, then the echo will go away. Yeah. Or if you use headphones. Headphones helps. I am wearing headphones.
Hey, Todd is back.
Yes,
How are you,
There you
Todd? You're
I'm back. There you go.
No echo?
No echo. We're good.
Good.
Okay.
So are you coming back to the LA Pen show?
I would love to. I don't think I can swing it. It's not a cheap weekend,
I know.
unfortunately.
I told you guys last year that, it's mostly vintage. Like, there's very few modern pens out here.
Well,
It was a wonderful show.
I'm, there were three people that or four people, I guess, I was sort of dealing with out there. One was Cedar Bylard,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah.
stayed with him for a couple of days.
Yep.
And we went in the mountains and the beach, and we drew and we had fun. And I'd never met him before, so that was
He's a great guy.
that was fun. And then I also had a friend from Finland who was staying at the Town of Finland house, so as a fellow fellowship artist, and so I got to see him, and then I got to see Otto, and I stayed with Otto for a while. And
Nice.
the fourth person I saw is a client of mine who really likes pens, and his name is Cesar Chavara, who Todd met as well. So there were a number of people that I was there to see and sort of hung out with them. If it was
Oh.
just the pen show, I know I would have had fun, but it wouldn't have been sightsee like, I guess, if that's the right
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
And Dr. Chavara cannot be there this year,
Right.
because he has to be taking his even though he's retired, he has to be
Certified.
certified as a pediatrician, I guess.
Yeah.
That's that weekend, and my friend from Finland is back in Finland, so I won't see him. And Otto I can see another time, and I'm thinking it might be fun to maybe go maybe to the San Francisco show, maybe, or something.
The San Francisco show is absolutely crazy from what I'm told.
It's supposed to be amazing. Yeah. Mike Daigle said it was fantastic.
Well, I don't mean like fantastic. I mean for the people, it's like very crowded and not
Oh,
very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not good because it's too crowded.
Yeah.
But I mean, that it wasn't just crowded. I mean, it sounded like it was also a really good show. I know,
Yeah.
Glenn Neville was there. He's a friend I've met, a pen friend that I've met,
Yeah.
who I'd love to meet. I've never been there. And there's a great museum there. David Nishimura was talking about.
Oh yeah, they've got all kinds of things up in San Francisco. And if you have a couple of pennies, it's totally worth going.
I'd love to.
It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy up there.
Well, I'll see. I mean, that's during the summer, and that's usually when I'm in Minneapolis. So we'll see.
Yeah, no wonder you don't go to that one.
No. So, what are you writing with today, Todd?
Well, I've got this thing here. This this is really interesting. I didn't buy this. I didn't plan on getting this, and then I saw the nib on it, and I went, oh, okay. But it's one of those cool Schaefer changing lanes ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And I already have one of these. I just got one in Boston from John Corwin with a super amazing flexible nib. And this one also has a super amazing flexible nib. And I'm wondering, it's kind of weird because this is late 1920s. That's when Schaefer certainly wasn't making them anymore, at least not regularly. But I just thought it's kind of weird that they had a couple, that in just a few months, I've actually found two, and they both have incredibly flexible nibs. But this might need some adjusting.
I think when they were making those pens, and of course, Todd Merrill, you will correct me all day long, so we'll just have you.
Oh dear. Oh no.
But they were smaller pens, and they didn't have the lifetime guarantee yet, and
right. Or these didn't anymore. Yeah.
And I don't even know if the big ones had them. They're pretty big, aren't they? They're pre-white dot era.
Actually, come to think of it, this probably is earlier than I was assuming it was, because it's got the Schaefer's clip, so it's probably like 1923ish or something like that.
So I think that there's, it's. I don't want to. You can correct me too, Todd. I think it's cheaper to make a flexible nib than it is to make a firm one. The pen I think is thinner, the metal.
The metal is, yeah.
There's less gold in it, golden in their hill. So
it's funny that because like back in the day, they tried to make everything soft enough so it wouldn't puncture through the paper, yet stiff enough that it would you could flex your pen out on it.
Yeah.
Paper, that is.
Well, the thing is too, that was the way that they made nibs for a long time, and that was what, markets were like. That's what customers were expecting. That's what nib grinders were used to making.
Yeah.
And in fact, the manifold nib for years, that was a premium thing that you paid extra for that because it had more material, more gold. And you got the warranty out of it,
Right.
At least later on. But it's just funny because I think what I was doing is kind of assuming that this was actually later than it is, because a lot of these early Schaefers are pretty modern looking, let's be honest. Like that clip is it's a very contemporary looking clip.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I know it's early because it's a Schaefer's. It's marked, Schaefer's, and it's not the Schaefer clip, so it's after that, which is I think about 1922.
Schaefer clip cap.
Well, the clip cap was Waterman's, but it said
Schaefer.
but it said Schaefer's clip. I think is what it said.
Okay.
But and I think they stopped that 1922 was the last year they did that roughly. But they really hit the ground running. I mean, because the company wasn't even founded till 1912, 1913. They were the Johnny Come Lately.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the pens that I have tried and looked at, like I don't know what they're doing, but Pierce says that they're not making the sacks the way that they used to.
Well,
And
Right.
I
that
was
kind of freaks
worried
me
about
out
that.
because
So Kesh
'cause-
and Will have joined us. Keshav and Will Hodge.
hi Will, hi Cash.
Hello, everyone.
So I am like foregoing buying any sack pens until I'm sure that the market is done with these crappy ones.
There's been a lot of discussion about that, and I was asking about it. And I think one of the things that I'd read, and I believe I think it might have been David Nishimura, but I don't want to say with certainty, is that they were having a problem having a hard time finding at least one entire material is like completely not in it. It's like there's
Oh dear.
like there's something that's complete, like the formulation is different.
Yeah,
Basically.
they added salt rather than sulfur or something.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever that-
Yeah. That's salt, not sugar. What are you doing?
That's not a cake.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to play with this feed a bit because it's such an amazing nib, but it's really sporadic. It doesn't really want to do that much because it's amazing. It's super flexible. But that's part of the problem with these super flexible nibs too. Oftentimes is that the feed just can't begin to keep up.
And one of the things about me is I love Pilot Iroshizuku inks. I think that they're some of the best flowing inks on the face of the planet, but you can't use those in a sack pen because it will eat the sack.
Right.
Half of the inks that I got inked up this week are Pilot inks.
But of course, you can use them in an eyedropper.
Yep. I love my Waterman 12. Thank you, Todd. Todd messaged me one day, and he's like, "Can you please buy this pen so I don't have to?" And I'm like, "Okay."
I'm so glad I did that.
I still have that pen. I
And
don't
what
use
pen?
it very often because it's kind of stiff. I wasn't expecting it to be stiff, but it's pretty stiff.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
I mean, for a Waterman, and it looked flexible on the thing.
They can be so deceptive.
I know.
That's the crazy thing. Sometimes they look really flexible. They're not.
It's almost like an accountant nib. Yeah.
That's wild.
I really have to put the gas on to get it to flex. It's kind of like a noodler's nib.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very, very stiff. Yeah.
It's like, that 412 I got a 412 last year. That's really nice. And the thing, it's just kind of the right amount of soft. It's very soft, but it's not completely impossible to control and super floppy. It's got just enough feel to it, and enough feedback that you're like, okay, I can actually control this thing. But it's just amazing. I've used it constantly, for the past year. It's a desert island pen.
Yeah, that's kind of like how my Boinga Boinga nib is. So flexy. I love using it. I'm just terrified because it's got one little tiny crack in it.
Oh
no, the one you got from me.
Yep.
Oh no. Well, the crack wasn't there when I gave it to you.
Yes, it was, and you even said that it had one.
Did I? Oh dear.
Yes, you did.
Well,
You said, "Well, if it breaks, we'll find you a new one." I said, "Okay."
But yeah, I used that pen for this stuff. It's great. It's super wide.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
But super fine too. It's really like I did this with it too. It's a great pen.
It's kind of hard finding inks that will take the flex. I know that there's these Noodlers pens, the feed is great for thin writing and it's also good for flex writing, but it takes a fountain pen revolution feed in order to give it the ink that it needs to. And some of the inks are just so dry that the water tension breaks immediately. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Waterman's inks seem to be just fine. I mean, I don't really. I'm like pure in that respect. I do play with some diamine inks,
yeah, I love diamond inks. Oops.
but I don't have a ton of them either. Yeah, I mean it's funny. I mean, Inspired Blue is Waterman's is a lot like Diamine Turquoise. Diamine Turquoise I love. It's slightly different. It's interesting. The hairlines get almost like a bronze look to them, which is really neat looking. Very pretty.
Yeah.
So I do like it slightly more than Inspired Blue. It just has a little bit more depth to it. But Inspired Blue is like, I mean, it's cheap and beautifully behaved, and it just looks great, and it's safer than safe. I mean, Diamine, according to Richard Binder, is just as safe or almost as safe as Waterman's, but Waterman's is like the number one. So I just stick with those.
I really like Pelican 4001 inks. One of the inks I'm using this week is Pelican 4001 Violet, and it's one of the best violets out there. Pelican inks, and this month even, I have been playing with Colorverse inks, and I gotta tell you, I had a stain in this clear Pensive Pen Serendipity with the Yovo Broad Dip. It was stained pink from an ink. And this red ink that I used cleaned that stain out. I don't know how it did it, but
that's wild.
Yeah, I know. And so, all of these, they just washed out really nicely. Like even the one that had shimmer on it washed out super good. 9 times out of 10, I have to like fight the thing or scrub it with a brush or something.
Right.
Come out, but not this one.
It's funny. One of all inks, I was looking for an ink to match my Olive Ripple, that crazy Aiken Lambert. Olive Ripple, that I've got, and just looked at a ton of them, and I finally settled on Diamine Wagner, which is really great. But and it's an olive ink that's really cool. I don't know if I have a writing sample in here. I might, but really cool ink. But it was so funny. I was talking to a friend who was like, "Oh, it sounds great, and I love it, but too bad it's named after him." And it was kind of like, yeah, well, it is too bad, but I was able to overcome it. For the
you were.
I was. I didn't feel like I was directly supporting anything that I would not want to support. But anyway, bad naming scheme. But you know what kills me about it? It's part of a. They've got like a composer's line of inks, right? And this is one of them that's in there. So they sell it only like in the tiny little samples that. It's like it's almost like a sample size. It's just really little, as part of that.
You want it in at least the symphony size, and they're giving you a bagatelle.
Exactly. It's a little fife tune, that was passed down the generation.
Speaking of musicians, Kesh wants to join us, and Kesh's art music, don't you?
Do I? I don't know.
Yep.
I don't.
He's a singer-composer from India.
Aha.
And quite, is he well known, Kesh? Are you well known? Oh.
That's a very long rest. Right
Kesh is on twice. He'll be in stereo.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
I can hear
you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
It's been a while.
Yes. Where's your camera?
I'm in a dark room, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
It doesn't matter whether. Okay.
Well, are you famous yet, Cash? Have you?
Well, I'm famous
millions of dollars, so we can all retire on an island.
I'm famous enough in my family.
All right
Okay.
then.
Yeah. And your mother thinks you're cute. Right?
Well, I'm at an age where other people's mothers and their daughters should think I'm cute.
Well, they should. You are cute. I mean, I know that doesn't mean much coming from an old man in Boston, but
Especially in
I mean-
Boston. My God.
especially Boston. Yes.
Not to mention the old man in Boston has been a friend for almost 9 years now.
Almost 9 years. Yes, we met on
Wow.
Periscope on
Oh, that was
on Kesha's birthday.
a million years ago.
It was.
Yeah, 2016. Before Trump's first term.
Back when there was hope, and there were rainbows and unicorns. Everything looked good.
And then the world ended.
And then the world ended. Twice it ended. Twice.
Twice.
Right.
So how's the
You know, you know-
mood around back in the US after he won again?
Terrible.
Well, where I live, we're not very happy. I don't know what it's like where other people live, but
So where's
but-
Todd from? I don't think I've been introduced to Todd.
Todd is from
I'm
Connecticut.
from Hartford. Yeah, I'm like an hour and a half from Boston.
Sorry, from where? I didn't catch that.
Hartford, Connecticut.
All right. So how's the mood there after Trump won?
Well, it's you know what it is. It's really an urban and rural situation.
Divide.
Yeah, exactly. So if you live in a city or even in most of suburbia, well, a lot of suburbia, you're not happy. And if you're from the country or you are a millionaire, you are happy. That's basically how that works.
That's how that works. Yes.
I mean, it's really that simple. I mean, you'll find people who are even seemingly reasonable in Connecticut who have a lot of money who you realize voted for that guy, and you're like, what is wrong with you? But they're like, yeah, but there's nothing more important than my money and making sure that I get to keep as much of it as possible.
But that's not what they
These
say.
are the things that upset me.
They don't say that, Todd. They say, oh, but he'll fix the border or he'll
Oh yeah.
do something else. They don't
Well,
actually
it depends.
mention.
It's funny. I've actually you'd be surprised at how obviously venal some people are in the wealthier parts of where I live. Right here. I mean, like in town. Like I remember having a conversation with somebody who seemed pretty normal and kind of like a hippie, who was kind of saying, "Yeah, well, but I know he's kind of a creep, but it's about taxes. I mean, there really are
Kind
people
of.
Kind of creepy, but about taxes, yes.
Mm.
And they're like, so I swallowed my pride and I did what I had to do to save a little bit more of my millions.
Yes.
So there are those people who will admit that. They just don't. Will admit it maybe in private. I don't think they're going to say it on the news.
Yeah.
If anybody watches the news, but.
Well, it doesn't really matter to me sitting here in Bombay, but I just hope it doesn't complicate the visa process.
Oh,
What,
he'll
you going to
complicate it.
America?
Oh, he'll complicate it. Don't you worry. If there's some way that he can screw something up, he will.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's really good at it.
He knows exactly what to do, what button to press, and his buttons are really big. So He'll fuck it up.
I just hope to visit US before he complicates the process and before Pierre dies.
oh well, then you better hurry. you better get a move on.
Yeah, time is running out. Act now.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah,
You can
don't
see
answer.
Todd Merrill. You can see
Okay.
Todd Merrill. But wait, there's more.
Don't answer because we'll also include. Now, how much would you pay?
Cash,
I mean,
we're imitating commercials that we used to see on TV where they would sell you a set of knives for an incredibly low price, but you can get two sets of knives. First of all, they say that the knives will last you for your entire life, and then they'll say we'll
Right.
send you two sets. So,
But yeah,
so
by the
when
end of the
when
commercial,
they're not
yeah,
gonna
you're getting
they're not
like
gonna last.
16. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
which
By the end of the
when did these commercials air?
Oh,
well,
yeah,
80s.
100 years ago.
yeah.
They started with K-Tel and Ron Popeil, right? Like in the
Ron
late
Popeil.
60s and early 70s. You know,
Yeah.
like the
He would
tadpole,
sell
and
you
we ended up.
Yeah, she would sell you hair in a can. So you would spray uh,
Bald spot.
your bald spot with essentially flat black paint, and
Oh my!
Al Gore used it even, believe it or
It's the
not.
worst. Brilliant scientist.
So Pierre, did you ever use it?
I never have. I'm
Pierre
using
still has hair.
I'm wearing my I'm wearing my age with pride. I'm not
There you
gonna
go.
I'm not gonna stoop to trying to hide my balding.
Unless we get millionaires all of a sudden, and then we get plugs.
Well, it's like you know, it's like I worked hard to earn every wrinkle and every bald spot that you
That's
see, right?
That's right.
So
It's not
really battle
what about Trump's hair? Do you think that's real?
It might be real, but he doesn't have any on top of his head. He grows it really, really long on one side, and then he sticks his head in the toilet and flushes it so that it gets the swirly effect. And then he quick takes it out and then shellacks it with fast drying shellac.
With Aquanet.
So it stays in place. Yes.
God, Aquanet. I haven't heard that word in a long time.
And you know that teased look in like 1966 was the look, right? The hair was like teased to the max.
Yeah.
You know, like 65, 66. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. You can actually watch. I was watching. Oh yeah, I think it was the Newlywed Game, but it was like a very early episode from like 1966. It was still in black and white, and but you could literally tell when it was from by the hairstyle, like to the year. You know what I mean? You're like, that was hot for like 6 months. You know, hilarious.
Will Hodge remembers the pocket fisherman from Ron Popeil. My favorite Popeil product was the trash compactor. Remember that?
Oh,
That
was
I
a
don't
good
remember.
one.
You put the bag of trash in a container and you sit on it. So and your weight compacts the trash while you're reading the newspaper or reading the book. And so underneath you, just a foot and a half underneath your butt, is pork chops and tomato parts and a banana peel, and and that was supposed to be smart. So
I was talking to Will in the comments about the snowstorm down south.
yes, down in Texas.
Yeah, that's a rare occurrence.
Will, did you get snow?
He said he got
My
3 inches.
goodness.
Wow.
That's not impressive at all.
Isn't that a rare thing in Texas?
Not really.
yeah.
I mean, they do get
Well, it
snow
depends where
there,
you are.
but it's usually
Yeah.
dusting.
Yeah, and it's usually in the north. It's not,
Yeah.
I don't know why this still has ink in it. I'm okay with that. So.
And
It's
what
a great
about California? The fire and all, it's still going on?
Yeah, it's still going on. We've got 6 fires going on right now.
Is it anywhere near you?
I'm 40 miles from the nearest fire, and even then, I'm like crossing my fingers that it dies down something. We're supposed to get rain in 2 days, so hopefully that will help. It's supposed to
hoping.
rain for 3 days long, so hopefully we will put out that fire.
I didn't realize
that
that,
like
Dr. C is actually quite close to there. We were
I
traveling.
know, I'm worried.
He took some photos of his backyard. And it was surreal. You could see the fires in the distance. It was just awful.
If anybody's in California and you're listening, listen to the fire warnings and get out. Put all your important paperwork in your car and just get the hell out of there. Your life isn't worth the house.
Right?
But it might be worth your fountain
Exactly.
pens, so make sure you get those.
Take your fountain pens with you, especially the gold ones. You might need that gold later.
And how is the weather in Boston? How's the weather in Boston?
It's cold, but we did get snow, but not that much.
Yeah, it's about the same here. I mean, but hey, it's only an hour and a half away. Did I? I was kind of showing it off earlier, but I don't know. Did I show you this Kool-Aid and Lambert I got, Pierre?
The what? Yes, you did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that great? What's interesting about it is, for some reason, I've got a Waterman's 0502 with the same pattern, which is the chased filigree pattern. But this one it's for some reason it seems really faceted, so it really sparkles. I don't know if you can quite see it.
It does. It's very sparkly.
Yeah.
Is there a name in the middle of that?
It's just I think it's LS are the initials.
Astelblocks says hello. Hello, Astelblocks. Are you?
Hello.
I don't know who Astelblocks is, but he's in the chat.
Wow, Will said that it's been 12 years since they had any snow there.
Yeah, it's not a common occurrence, that's for sure.
My friend that lives in Corpus Christi, our dear friend Chris Sines, she lives way down south. And so they had snow and they have to prepare their pipes so that they don't explode.
Yeah.
Someone is asking a question which I cannot answer, which is what is better, a 149 Mont Blanc or a Legrand Limited or a Moss Paragon?
I don't know any of those pens. Sorry. Can't help
Well, you know the
it's
149.
149 Mont Blanc, certainly.
Let's see. I have this. This is a Wing Sung 630, which is the same size as a Mont Blanc 149, and can even interchange parts if need be. But it's a big chunky pen. Like, you gotta be comfortable with chunky pens.
It's a bratwurst, basically.
It's exactly. It's like a hot dog.
A fat hot dog.
Yeah. Like
All
the
right,
biggest-
guys, I'll have to take your leave because it's 4:15 in the morning over here in India.
Bye,
my God.
Cash. It was nice to see you or hear
Did you
from
eat
you
your-
anyway. You take care. We'll see you again soon.
Yeah,
Saqib said a Mont Blanc 149 is better, wherever Saqib is. But
I suspect that for all of the flack that Mont Blanc gets for their quality control, that it's probably better even than Omas at this point. But that's my suspicion.
I don't know. I would rather spend less
I'd rather
money
buy
on a
this.
pen than
whatever
because,
that
like, when
pen costs, I'd rather buy 10 pens that were 1/10 the price, and I'd have 10 pens that I can play with, rather than
Exactly.
that I
Yep.
could just look at.
100%.
Because
Without question.
it's about the nib and how it's used, and how much more joy I can have if it's just looking at the damn thing. I'd rather look at
Yeah.
10 of them anyway.
Yeah.
You know. One might be one color, one might be another color.
It's just like this. This is a Mahjong A2. It was $30 on Amazon, and it's got one of the finest extra fine nibs I have ever used in my entire life. It's smooth and it's really extra fine. It doesn't have any bounce or anything, but like you could get almost 10 of these for the price of one Pilot Vanishing Point. And like, you're not going to get that, like the tip of the nib doesn't matter. The content of the nib doesn't matter. It's what hits the page, what makes the writing experience. And they're pretty much all tipped the same, as far as I can tell, anyway.
I mean, yeah, and my bias is like, I just wouldn't even. I don't see a whole lot that's terribly interesting in new pens. I mean, unless you were to get, say, a custom nib grind or something like that,
Right.
then that could get kind of interesting. But
What are you doing over
otherwise-
there, Pierre?
I'm knocking a
Oh.
block off. I'm knocking the feed that's clogged out of the pen, out of the section, so I can put a sack on it and make it go. That's what I'm doing. And I've done that now. So yay me.
yeah, you. I was very, very self-disciplined at the show. I got only 5 pens. Of course, I did spend more money, but I got 2 of them for someone and
Yes.
3 for me. And I might sell 1 or 2 of the 3 that I got for me. I don't know, but all great nibs. That was the thing.
So there's the extra fineness of that, and that's a broad
Oh.
right there. So it is very, very, very extra fine.
It seems it.
Super fine. Yeah, I was talking to Nicola Pang, about there's some. I'm trying to remember which pen it was, but he was talking about this wild feed, and I want to say it was Omos, I think, something like that, who made this feed, but that the feed actually like bent somehow when you flexed the nib, so that it would continue to make contact with the nib. It's kind of some funky
Oh,
gimmick, but it sounded very interesting. It sounded very cool.
I
don't
saw
know.
one of those. It's made out of silicone.
Huh.
That piece, yeah. Either silicone or rubber. I can't remember.
But
I
I
don't
thought, what
understand that. I don't know how that would work
well,
unless it
one
was
of the
somehow
problems.
connected to the nib. So
I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly how it worked either. But basically, the feed would follow the nib when you flexed it, because that's what happens. That's why you lose all that. That's why they railroad
confusion.
when they flex so much, because it's so far away from the feed.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't deliver the ink. I'm gonna have to look that up. But I thought that was a really interesting idea. And who knows how effective it is, right? I mean, it could have been a gimmick that didn't really work well.
It's either that or it's spring loaded, and that'd be a very tiny spring.
maybe there's a
Crazy.
very strong but very tiny magnet in the nib, and also one in a piece of metal in the other thing.
That
Just to
seems
make
like a lot.
Yes.
And yet, it seems actually the most logical way to do
Yeah.
it.
I realize the time I have an appointment downstairs at 6, like it's 9
Oh,
minutes
goodness.
from now, and I have to somehow fix this mess.
All right.
So we'll
Well,
see
it's
you
really
all
nice
later.
to see you.
Bye now.
Good to see
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Have fun. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.